Welcome, guys. Welcome. More movies. This time we went a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, that was the intent.
That was the intent.
I don't think the execution quite made it.
I heard of this one called Maggie. It had Arnold Schwarzenegger. When you told me about it, I was like, okay, I kind of vaguely remember it. And my impression of this movie was, well, this would have been a better comedy than the serious drama that it tried to be.
Maybe? I guess so.
Because
I don't know. It didn't go heavy enough one way to make it too drama, and it didn't go far enough another way to make it a zombie flick. And there was like no.
For those of you who don't know what it is, it's about like it is a zombie movie.
Yeah.
Where people are infected, but there is kind of something that slows it down.
No.
Right?
No, it's a virus. You become infected, and all of a sudden you become sick, more and more sick, and eventually you turn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, and it takes place after the apocalypse has already happened. Society's trying to recover.
I like that aspect of it because most zombie movies are just like, ooh, zombies, But so I like this aspect of it of having to deal with life kind of after the apocalypse and where the virus is still there, but it's not as prominent.
Yep.
But at the same time, I looked at it and went, this would be better as kind of a spoof movie, kind of like a comedy laughs, hee. I didn't.
Yeah, like I wanted to watch because Arnold.
Maybe it's because Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it, and I was like, but you're no good at this.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it because Arnold Schwarzenegger was in it, right? And I figured, this is like his second or third movie after his little hiatus as a governor, and he comes in and maybe if it was a spoof, he would have come across a little bit better. He doesn't do that.
He's not the best serious. Yeah.
He's not an emo actor.
Yeah, when you were trying to invoke emotion, it was like, can I take you seriously? No, not really. Not really.
Maybe because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, it might be a lot harder to do something like that. So, and then, how everything ends, and I think it was like an overuse of music. Like, the music started playing, and it's like, oh, this part is supposed to be serious and dramatic, and it's like.
I can't even really remember the ending. It wasn't that memorable. I remember there was a lot of music at the end, right? Because it was more of like a
intros, self-reflection.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have Arnold Schwarzenegger, the dad. You have a stepmom, and you have Arnold Schwarzenegger's daughter, who has been infected, who is slowly turning, and it's her last weekish type thing. And at the end, he everybody says, make it quick. Make it quick.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time. And he's sitting there in his living room with the shotgun, and it's like, oh, the big crescendo, and all. It's just music, no words or anything, and then it ends, and it's like.
Yeah, it was. It was almost like they were trying too hard to have that dramatic effect.
Yeah,
and I was like,
exactly. They were trying too hard. Like, honestly, if it ended differently, sorry, I'm gonna spoil it. It's in the end, it's not worth watching. I don't think. If he had shot her, way more dramatic.
Yeah,
but she jumps off the roof and commits suicide.
Yeah, okay, yes. I wasn't going crazy. I remember jumping off the roof. I thought maybe that was in some like other part of the movie.
No,
but it was the end.
No, that was the end, because she ends her life, and the whole story is a bit about her, right? So if he had shot her, I get it. That would have been a much more significant ending.
Yeah, it would have been more of him coming to terms with having to do this part, and it would have shown the struggles of, because he struggled with it throughout the movie.
And you could see Arnold Schwarzenegger struggling, and not necessarily as an actor, but he's struggling as a father, and it shows in the movie. He's trying. He's making a halfway decent effort, considering what style of actor he is.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like. I think they missed the mark on it.
Yeah,
I really think they missed it. They took a shot and they missed. Unfortunately, it wasn't anything for me to be like, ooh, this is. Would I watch it? Probably not.
No.
Probably not.
So,
No.
Skip this movie. This is
like a 3.5, 4 phone for me, where I found myself getting distracted because there was nothing to grab me and make me want to go. Oh,
yeah. This was definitely a background.
When there's like for me, when there's a drama, I want to be like emotionally invested into it. Like I want to feel attached to a character, and I couldn't get that. I kind of, for me, because of the whole, I felt it would have been a better comedy. I couldn't get emotionally involved.
Yeah,
in
no,
it, so.
Understandable. So there you go. It's definitely not one worth watching. The other one was The Circle.
Yeah. Tom Hanks was in it.
This one actually had a really eclectic collection of actors. Tom Hanks, Emma Stone, or Watson.
Emma Watson, what's his guy? The guy from Apollo 13. What's his name?
Oh.
And from True Lies, who was the spy guy. I can't even remember his name.
I had his name not too long ago either.
And the girl also from Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh.
That was his wife. That was her parents.
Oh, okay. Because whereas her friend, Emma Watson's friend, the redhead, she's the Doctor Who's companion.
Oh, okay.
So 2 of my favorite girls are in this movie.
Oh
yeah. And
somebody had a zero phone.
No, see, I was looking forward to this one. I've seen the trailer,
Me too, yeah.
and I was like, oh, this one's going to be great. Oh, and by the way, it has the black stormtrooper from the Force Awakens.
Yep.
Sorry if I don't remember the names.
Yeah,
names,
I'm horrible with actors' names.
Yeah. And in the grand scheme of things, how many people do remember the names compared to the actual characters?
Yeah.
So that's what we go off.
Well, that's
of,
the thing.
characters.
I can remember these characters from their other movies that they've been in.
Yeah. So, it started off really interesting. When she went for the interview and then she got the job, it was really, really interesting right up until she became transparent.
Until she started
wearing
streaming?
the camera. Yeah. After that, I was like, I'm done.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
I thought the whole, like, especially in today's world, I thought it was very in tune with the world that we live in today.
I agree.
Because we're so connected, and that's what it was about. The Circle was about connecting everything together, and I went, oh man, this could be like almost a foreshadowing of our future, because we have the cloud right now.
Foreshadowing. Yeah. See the little camera thing.
I like
being able to put
that's
anywhere
cool.
and everything, and watch anything and everything, and have facial recognition right off the bat. That's stuff that happens nowadays. Like in Chicago, they have street cameras everywhere. They have sound systems. They have facial recognition software running all the time, so they can pick people out as they pass by cameras. That stuff is all very relevant. I just want to point this out. Who the hell kayaks with their phone in their pocket?
So many people. Have you not seen like videos on YouTube where the people fall into the water and the first thing they do is grab their phones and go?
No.
Oh man, I see it all the time when you watch like Fail Army or something like that, or like.
No, I've never seen anybody
really?
on a boat with a phone. It's I'm sorry, if I'm paddling down a lake, the phone doesn't come with me.
Well, it'll come with me, but it's in a Ziploc baggie. 2 or 3 Ziploc baggies, because I don't want to ruin that shit. But I need my phone.
Yeah.
But
she pulls out her phone and was like,
you're
in the middle of the lake. If you drop that thing, it's screwed. Yeah. If you tip over, you're screwed. Like, anyways.
I thought it was a good movie. I thought the concept behind it, I enjoyed it. I found myself actually paying attention to it. This was like a 1.5 phone for me. Where I thought it was good. I thought it had good.
So the first act was a 1 phoner for me.
Yeah.
Act 2,
when she started being
4, I was.
Oh really? Wow.
No, I'm done. I was literally like, hurry the hell up! I'm done with this movie. I really am not particularly fond of. Because I find that aspect of the internet very narcissistic.
Social media is so narcissistic.
Right?
Oh my goodness, is it ever?
So, yeah, and Look at us here.
Yeah, I know. All Kettle Black.
Yeah. So I find it it bothers me. So during that whole part, it was like,
No, I can see that, yeah. Because you're not big into social media.
Yeah, and like when she took the opportunity to take nice little stabs, like, oh, we should make voting part of the circle, we should make voting mandatory. I'm like, oh, those are really good jabs, but you're still streaming.
Yeah. Like, I like the concept of it. I think that the idea of, like, the circle is cool. And I think that it would be really relevant in today's society because I've always thought, you got like your ID card, you got a passport, and you got this, and you got this, and you got so many cards and stuff in your wallet.
You have your Apple Wallet.
Oh, yeah, I use a little bit of my Apple Wallet.
Okay, but the Apple Wallet is a good example of them. It's because we have so many competing software organizations.
They don't work together.
Exactly, and they don't want them to work together because at that point in time, you don't need to be with one or another. So, the circle is great because it doesn't exist in a world with Microsoft and Apple.
It couldn't exist in the world today, though. Unfortunately, it's something that couldn't exist because of the whole, there's no competition. And
yeah, and I get it. So it's, as I said, first act, really good. Second act, it completely lost me, and it just didn't get me enough. Like, the third act almost was just a wrapped up with a nice bow, too pretty in my mind.
Well, of course it has to end where it's like that, where there's corruption, there's people doing bad things. Of course because that's the story of the movie. Yeah. So I enjoyed this one. I would recommend watching this one. I would recommend watching this one.
I have a bias, so this is where it comes in. I will recommend to see the movie, but in my opinion, I was actually really disappointed with this one.
Yeah.
So, like, I watched it. I'm glad I watched it. You guys will hear me say, watch the movie, but I'm going to warn you because I ended up being disappointed. The whole social media narcissism thing really turns me off.
Yeah, people might like it because of that.
Yeah, and you know what? And it showed because it was like, oh, look, everybody
has a rating.
Everybody had a rating, but when Emma Watson is talking with the one guy, nobody's walking by. They all stopped and pulled out their phones and started recording.
Oh, that's today's world.
I know. And that I understand. It was just the, oh, look at me, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like being a talking head for 15 minutes is okay. But to broadcast your life?
I know. That. I wonder when somebody's going to do that because there's so many platforms nowadays to broadcast yourself.
A lot of people do, though.
And, like, you have vlogs where people can back their days into 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right? Oh. But I'm wondering when somebody's actually going to do the Truman Show where their whole life is videotaped and, like, I guess Big Brother is the closest thing you're going to have to that.
Exactly. And reality TV for that matter. So, like, I understand where those come from, and it's this is a complete and total foreshadowing. These things will happen in the real world.
Where you can,
It's just a matter of time. Facebook is trying. Mm-hmm. Google is trying. Apple probably is, but they're just not saying it out loud.
Yeah.
So, again, a matter of time. So, it's interesting.
I would recommend this one for sure. So we're excited about next week's movie, big time. We are gonna go and catch the new Star Wars on opening day. That's right. On December 15th, it comes out. We will check us out we're gonna be live streaming, not from the theater itself. We're not stupid, but outside the theater, we'll say what's up.
Live stream telling you guys we're about to go in.
Our showtime's at 6:50, so we'll 6:30 somewhere around that 6 the Mountain Time. We live in the Mountain Time zone, so just be watching on our Facebook page for us to do a live hit from the theater, and we're pretty excited about it. We just got our tickets. So we're pretty excited.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this actually.
He's stoked. Me, I'm like, man, I gotta go sit in a packed theater. Shit. Not my idea of fun, but hey, it's okay.
Yeah,
I'll be okay. So let us know down below if you've seen these movies that we just talked about, and subscribe because Star Wars coming, baby. Star Wars. So thanks for watching, guys.
See ya.